I'm the host of Talking with Fence People. Welcome there too. You may remember me from such videos as the typing session earlier. I'll pull up the old chatteroo on the big screen here in a second. I think I might start the barbecue up as well tonight. And hopefully spend some time with pleasant friends here. I was briefly in the chat of the stream earlier and was, of course, immediately struck by the disagreement people have with what I determined, even though that's what the tests demonstrate. You know, people in their ways. People like to disagree with Eric. Sometimes I'm wrong, but I don't think I'm wrong this time. If I am wrong this time, then he was an ISTP, I guess, but I don't think I was wrong. It's definitely any polar. Anybody doesn't think I weren't paying attention to the test at all. Hello there, pretty cat. Yeah, I'm actually watching this game right now. I've got it on the background here. USC women pulled out a real victory last night against 8th-ranked Iowa team. I was surprised, though, that the odds makers only had Iowa as a 1.5 point favorite in that game, so they know, they know when a team's better than their record and or worse than their record. If I had been a betting man, knowing that, I would have bet against USC for sure. But this year's team, it shows some bit of pizzazz, some bit of life within it. And it's not inconceivable we could make the tournament. If we do make the tournament, with the right draw, I could see that team making Sweet 16, certainly. So I think my plan here is to, at some point, start the barbecue. Rachel and I had a very back and forth day emotionally as we were still dealing with this car stuff. We thought that the car was already registered, that we received the tags in the mail today. In fact, it wasn't. Delilah called the DMV, but then it's like it was a roller coaster ride. Of first we thought it was all done and dealt with, then we thought, oh no, we're gonna have to wait until for Delilah to go to the DMV next week or something. Then we thought, oh, she's gonna be able to deal with it on the phone. Then we discovered that she was not able to deal with it on the phone. I'm gonna try to go in on Monday. I may or may not be able to try to deal with it on Monday. I don't know why it didn't occur to me to go to the DMV prior to this. The car is actually registered at our address for some reason. So, anyway, this ordeal carries on forever more, it seems like. Who knows if we'll ever get it resolved. But presumably we will someday. Are you making coffee?
What?
Are you making coffee?
No, I
Or
put
this
the
is the
dishwasher
dishwasher. Okay.
on.
Maybe I'll make some coffee. So yeah, I'm thinking about firing up the barbecue. Even if I just cook up a smoked sausage on it, it seems kind of festive thing to do, you know. Maybe it's time to give up on a car and get a mule. Thanks, Putty Cat. That's extremely helpful. We actually took the Kawasaki mule out today because, well, I think we both felt a need to get out of the house and a need to kind of change morale a little bit. So we went and picked up the neighbor from next door, saw that he was home, and you know his wife's out of town. She's in Australia, and so we went and got him, and we drove the mule out to this hill out in the wilderness, looked for UFOs for a bit, talked a little bit about UFO stuff, and we talked about some darker existential style topics as well. But that was satisfying. I'm glad we did that. It felt like maybe something we needed to do, you know. It felt good to connect with a neighbor who, you know, dealing with being home alone a lot, probably feeling kind of isolated because of that. Hi, Capio. So even if I'm not going to cook,
I don't want to be without you for that
oh,
long.
I know, I wouldn't be able to handle that. Yeah.
Guess who's gonna come over to pet you and then you're not gonna be there?
There you go, kitty. So yeah, I guess I will go outside and fire up the barbecue. And maybe put an assortment of meats on there. An assortment of meats, you cry? Yes, an assortment of meats. This trash can is empty. This trash can is full. Does Rachel get her birthday margarita yet? No, I don't think she's gotten any birthday margaritas. All right, so let's go into the garage. Let's take this trash can into the garage. And then let's, oh God, it's sticky there from the garbage. Frickin' Eric, I tell you. Forgetting to take the garbage to the street almost 2 weeks ago now was an absolute fucking disaster. And now this is leaking apparently. God damn it. Oh well. What are you gonna do? Why is that leaking? I put it bags inside of a contractor bag. Why should it possibly be leaking? Oh God. The shit that life throws at you, you know? It's ridiculous sometimes. Like, seriously? Come on. I've got white kitchen bags inside of a black contractor bag, and the black contractor bag is leaking at the bottom. Come the fuck on. I gotta go to the bathroom. So it looks like Michigan's gonna take this game.
Some like a meat patties, no sausage making.
Oh, you are? Okay, well, I think I'll still do my barbecue plan anyway. Let me go to the bathroom now. I should have done this before I started the stream. You guys can look at the cat. Unless you want to talk to them.
That's okay.
Alright, that's better. There's one immobile cat, huh? Yeah, he's just staking out his spot here where he can control the main Silk Road. Silk Road being from here into here. It's the main area of travel that occurs. It's because we're generally, it's a bit of a misnomer. We're not so much moving silk along the Silk Road as we are spices.
You know what I like what era we're in?
What's that?
We're like the era in which like AI still makes like mistakes that we can point out and be like what's going on there? Because that's not gonna happen forever. Like pretty soon, it's gonna be perfected to where like a lot of I don't know.
Well, you know, I was noticing yesterday that if you look at old Soviet like either space or technology propaganda, it looks like AI made it in the sense that they'll have like a rocket ship with like 50 engines on the back of it.
Really?
Yeah. Marquette Polo. That's right. That's who that is.
Meow. You're doing so good, Leo. You're so good at being a cat.
All right. I think I could change my mind about the fire and the food, but why bother changing my mind about it? It seems like a good enough idea. yes, it's a little bit more effort than just microwaving something, but it'll be more satisfying too. So. Go outside and crank this baby up. We can turn on this other light here as well. Not that that's going to provide a whole hell of a lot of light, but a little bit perhaps. All right, so put those things down. And then we'll start filling this up with some wood bits. I'll tell you what, let's fill this with wood bits first, and then we'll come back and put them on the fire. Oh. Okay. This has just a little bit of gas left in it. It's probably enough to start the fire though. Okay. So we'll just start this thing up. I'll just give it a little sparkaroo. There we go. We'll just put this back. We might need a couple more pieces of wood, but I doubt it really. So what's the gas can for? Fire starter is right. I just didn't put a ton of gas in it. But it should be good. to start, I think. Nice to have a little warmth in the mix. It's kind of chilly out. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Jack Frost nipping at my nose. Put this back. Okay. Well, maybe I should have put a little bit more gasoline on it. But we will see. We will see if this is enough to keep it going. I think it might be. Is Russian boy Tuts? Quite possibly. I don't know. Maybe when he saw me show up, he went full blast Tuts. I didn't stick around long. It's not super hot, but it does seem to be self-sustaining at this point. Everybody knows some yum yum and some mistletoe help to make them yum yum bright. Eric, do you ever worry your wedding ring will get caught on something and deglove your finger? No, it's not that tight. It's pretty loose, really. It's not super loose, but I'm not worried about it. By degloving, I like take the skin off of it. I must say I do feel better in general having gone out and touched grass today during the little car out. We, ostensibly went out to see the sunset. We were a little late to catch the full sunset, but we called that Boy Scout water to start a fire. You mean gasoline? Yeah, I was worried about it, but never heard of it happening to anyone. Well, we smoked as much grass as we touched. After all, we drove out to a nice spot in the wilderness in the little wilderness car, so it's not like we walked there. And then we stood around, smoked joints, and our neighbor drank a couple beers. We did a little sky watch, and we got to see the International Space Station fly by. That was pretty cool. It's pretty easy to see, too. don't think I really need anybody to kiss my ring. That's fine. It can remain unkissed. So I do have this, the end of this basketball game on TV in the tab on the left here, but game's over. I'm not sure what's coming on next. Any Sasquatch sightings? No Sasquatch sightings. No UFO sightings either. But I did get to see a sense of how ready my neighbor is to see UFOs. He's very ready to see them. Or anything that's remotely anomalous, he's ready to go, what is that? No, they don't have different condoms like that. I want to play a game. Is this a PR stunt or is this reality? Well, let's find out. You got a link for us or what? Or you want to show it on your phone? Did the Sasquatch have any Eric sightings? Presumably they did, yeah. Apparently there is a lady in fish camp who's been, which is not too far from here, who's been reporting a Sasquatch on her property. If it's a movie coming out, it's a PR stunt. Maybe you needed to smoke more to see UFO. Yeah, well, I've smoked a lot of weed for a long time. I still never have seen any UFOs. I mean, I've seen maybe a few things in the sky that I was like, I'm not sure what that is. But in almost every instance, I think I can identify what something is. Like, sometimes there's these, like, kind of fiery looking lights in the sky shortly after sunset. It's almost certainly planes higher up reflecting sun from beyond the horizon, creating these weird, like, fiery things in the sky. Hello, Victoria. Welcome. Yeah, I'm always hopeful. Maybe today will be the day I get to see something paranormal. A ghost, a UFO, Sasquatch, Loch Ness Monster. I'll take anything. I'm unlikely to see any Loch Ness Monsters around here, though. I'll admit that. I'm not very close to Loch Ness. But, I also get the sense that if we found something that was clearly a Loch Ness Monster somewhere other than Loch Ness, we'd still be okay with calling it a Loch Ness Monster, most of us. I feel pretty comfortable in making that claim. It's nice warm fire. Feels nice. There's a little bit of fire, and so you can see the fire too. You'd be surprised how many Loch Ness Monsters there are away from Loch Ness. Sometimes a shooting star if it's dark enough. Yeah. Shooting stars are pretty obvious, though, it seems like. It's hard to mistake them for something else. They have that burnout kind of thing going on. Nobody calls Champy Nessie. Who's Champy? The Lake Winnebago monster just doesn't have the same cachet. Right. Nessie is a good name for a creature. It's easy enough to say. Everybody, one assumes the Loch Ness Monster is a girl because Nessie is a girl's name. But is that even true? Maybe the Loch Ness Monster is a boy. Alright. I put the metal thing down. the grill. And now I'm gonna go get a smoked sausage. Better than a Loch Ness monster. That would be scary. Teabag be evil, Putty Cat? I don't think Teabag's evil. No. Alright, we're just gonna do a little hand washing here. Nope, here, I don't want you over here. That's why we have this little barrier here. It's not actually why, but I'm liking that side effect. So you've got a little wall of things so the computer can't go over there. I don't want her to go over there. Alright, sausage. You're coming with me. Oh yeah? No, I'm just heating it up. It's already pre-cooked as well as smoked. So, it just needs to be hot to eat it. You don't have to cook it. It doesn't even have to be hot to eat it. I guess you could just eat it straight out of the package, all cold and gross. There. Now I'm just going to put the lid on. We'll just let that do its thing for a while. It's nice to get an outdoors fire going occasionally and feel like you're really living life for the first time ever without stopping. Dallas prefers I enjoy that being cold and slimy, huh? Well, fair enough. Yeah, fire tends to make food better. It's the heat, I think, that might have something to do with it. Alright, so this game I was watching was over. Let's put something else in this one. So, what thing are you talking about? Whether it's
Yeah, so I want to see like what you think. If it's PR stunt or like if these two actors are actually obsessed with each other.
Okay.
I put a link.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. So I think there's a possibility of PR stunt to like push the movie forward. Where is it?
I don't see it anywhere. Oh, here it is. Margot Robbie and Jacob Elordi?
Yeah.
Never heard of these people
Fan
before.
mother Margot Robbie has become obsessed with Jacob Elordi, her co-star, saying she's not only codependent on him, but
Her legs would shake a little when she would see him, which is interesting. And I think the worst part about it is her husband is the one who directed this new film. To be fair, who wouldn't like Jacoby? He's like tall guy for everything. Oh, it's Wuthering Heights, huh?
Yeah.
The other one where she licks his fingers for some reason.
Yeah. She loves Jacob Elordi, and we have actually a like. Where is he?
If you have this opportunity to share a film set with Margot Robbie, you're gonna make sure you're within 5 to 10 meters of I'm watching how she drinks tea, how she eats her food. Why?
It's gotta be PR.
Yeah, maybe it's designed to create controversy and buzz. That's possible. I'm not sure.
But like, wouldn't you not be okay? Like, I would not be okay.
Yeah, of course not. Um, well, yeah, gee, they made a new Wuthering Heights, but this is not by any stretch of the imagination the first Wuthering Heights they've ever made. They remake that book so many times.
Yeah. And this one's supposed to be like a modern take on Wuthering Heights.
I mean, it looked like they were in period costumes.
No, I'm telling you, it's definitely not going to be. Like, there's going to be half and half. Like, it's going to be half modern, half, like, not.
Really?
Mm-hmm. If you look up costumes for the movie, like, I remember seeing a preview for it, and I was like, what? It's like, what is that? That's not a period piece costume. It looked like she was wearing, like, the stuff you stuff the bags in, but like shiny tissue paper.
Oh, right. You mean stuff in the bags?
Yeah. The stuff you stuff in the bags.
Emily Bronte is famously cited as an INFJ. Is she? I have no idea. Charles Bronson. As far as I know, he is unrelated to the Bronte sisters, but you make a good point that maybe.
Look, this is like fucking crazy. This is not a fucking period piece look at all. Like, no.
That's in Wuthering Heights?
Yes! Yes!
Alright, well, obviously.
Why?
Like, I mean, I don't think anybody at any period of time has ever worn something like that.
It's the little 80s. The big bow is little 80s. Are they trying to bring back her Barbie look?
I mean, I don't know. My thing is like, does the story of Wuthering Heights work in a modern time? You know?
Not really.
Hi, New
That's
Group.
what I'm saying. That's why I think the thing is PR, because because historical dramas don't sell tickets, so they're trying to be like, they have chemistry.
There's a love triangle going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Certainly, it's the kind of thing that Hollywood PR people might come up with. Her legs will, though. You mean because she's gonna do the legwork to get out there and promote her movie? I'm assuming that's what you must mean. Oh. So I got sticky stuff on the bottom of my shoes in the garage, and now I'm getting it on the floor. What a horrible, horrible thing. Let's go turn over our snozzage. You know, I had him possibly ISTP till I dug further as well. New Groove. Hi, Carrot. How you doing? No broccoli. I could make broccoli tonight, but I guess I'm Not going to, maybe primarily because Rachel's not eating with me. All right. So, we're making progress on the snozzage. I will watch out for Wabbit. Now it's going to be almost done because it was pretty hot in there for a while, I suspect. I've got it a little closer to the fire. I guess it's time to go get another beverage. I think I'll get another Corona. I try not to hoge the Coronas.
So like, there's someone who's in favor of the fashion who says that like this Wuthering Heights is supposed to be like
So chic.
loosely based on the story.
Huh. Well, I know that when I saw the ad for it for the first time, when we were watching Naked and Afraid the other day. Remember Naked and Afraid of Sharks? That's the first time I saw the ad for it. I thought, that looks terrible. Why is she licking his fingers?
That's what you're referring to. I didn't know that you saw it.
You know, we saw that ad many times during that Naked and
I
Afraid.
don't really remember. I must block it out or something.
Yeah. I was grossed out by that every time I saw it.
I'm so sorry.
You know what's the worst? Phantom itch. The unscratchables. I may have a bit of phantom itch right now. I've been scratching my hands for no good reason. Alright, it smells like I might have given a little bit too much heat this time. Alright. I think we are done. It broke into 4 pieces. And you can see just how sizzling fresh it looks. So, let's get a plate. All right. I think we did a great job. Now we just need to go inside, get a fork and knife and some mustard. Okay, we're back. I've got my torch, beer, camera. We are ready to feast like Jacob McNeese, famous for his feasting abilities. How you doing, Rachel?
Good.
You had a bit of a contemplative look on your face there.
Yeah. I was contemplating. But smoked sausage.
Yeah. Hi, simple girl. I could certainly have made some broccoli like that. Didn't think about it. But I do know that this sausage just by itself with mustard anyway is very good. This will not be the first time I just ate one of those whole smoked sausages to my head. Mmm. Do you have perianal dermatoses? Only God, broccoli, and bacon make broccoli and bacon. Mmm. Mm-hmm. I must say, these Corona non-alcoholics are the best non-alcoholic beers.
I'm saying a lot. We've tried and have many.
Yeah, it's been a while since I had a Bitburger that might compete, but these Coronas taste so much like real beer. It's crazy.
You're not even a Corona guy. I guess now you are, but
Best alcoholic beer? Guinness, probably. Chimay, maybe.
Oh.
Stone IPA is really good. Well, I don't abstain from bread. I just don't happen to have any bread right now. Heineken's alright. You like Budweiser, huh?
I'm so sorry that you have to see commercials of a person licking the other person's fingers.
Yeah, I mean, if I were gonna drink a light beer with alcohol in it, it would be more likely to be Coors Light than anything else, but Yeah, I mean, Budweiser's, you know, it's just a really fizzy kind of American lager, it seems like to me. Simple Girl likes a wine cooler after mowing the lawn. That's very 16-year-old girl of you. The thing I find about American beers in general, I think, they seem to be overly carbonated. They're like super fizzy. I mean, you can blame you. If you like them, you like them. Mm. I can't drink much anymore. I think I aged out of it. Yeah, fair enough. That's what happened to me too. I aged out of it. No, I had to quit actually for other reasons. I mean, in my mind, if you're gonna drink a wine cooler, you might as well just have a glass of wine. But you know, what do I know? Hmm. What's tweeze? You mean like twisted iced tea? No, I was an alcoholic. I had to quit because I couldn't drink sensibly enough. Drink it all. Well, basically, Fly Guy, it's when you drink too much beer and you get the shits. The two things may or may not be related to one another. Hi there, Ruben. Well, I'll have you know, I started watching The Librarians.
I don't like it.
Rachel doesn't like it.
No, it's not my cup of tea.
No.
I like.
Well, I said early on, I was like, I think this is more a show for me than for you.
Yeah.
I don't love it, but it's pretty good. The Librarians. Who was it a recommendation from? I don't like One Piece. Well, I believe that you at least seconded the notion. Mm. Well, one thing that I find interesting about it is it's like the executive producer is Noah Wiles, and he's in it, but he's not in every episode. That's fair, Fly Guy. You can't expect him to unpin it for free. And Ruben likes getting paid in beer shits, so. You can eat the crispy skin on these sausages if you cook it a lot like this, but it's not the best part of it, I guess. It's pretty good. Sausage. Ba 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 ba. I'm loving it. Hillshire Farms remembers. I bet Hillshire Farms isn't even a farm. I bet it's a sausage factory someplace. Unlike Pepperidge Farm, which really is a farm. It's a farm where they grow Keebler elves to make their Pepperidge Farm cookies. The Pepperidge Farm was kind of like a sharecropper's relationship with the Keebler Elves. Only after the Keebler Elves had made all of the Pepperidge Farm cookies, they were allowed to farm their own crops. Yeah, we all owe a thank you to Pepperidge Farm for keeping those damn Keebler Elves down. That's why my yearbook quote was, "Get out of here, Keebler Elves." You can't bake cookies inside of a tree. You know that Keebler Elves are responsible for 75% of forest fires? It's true. Oh, it's fine. We can bake cookies in the tree. Yeah, tell me about it, Rubenar. People might call me anti-Keebleretic, but I just say I'm a realist. I'm a Keebler realist, you know? I don't know. I'll take those knife-shaped ears and stab you right in the back. I'm no bigot. I'm just an advocate of elf realism. Translation, we need to keep those filthy, stinking elves out of our forests and bring them into our hearts. They're out there with their elf agenda trying to convince our kids to transition to elf. Trying to have men's bathrooms, women's bathrooms, non-gendered bathrooms, and elf bathrooms. That's 4 different kinds of bathrooms now. Hmm. That's a fair complaint. It's fair for you to hold a grudge this long as well. I think you should get reparations, personally. The dwarves are worse. Yeah. And believe it or not, they're trying to teach us in the public schools now that it's okay for people to be elves. What's next? Half orcs everywhere? Gnomes crawling between your legs as you're trying to walk down the street? Getting on their foot and tripping you? That's where this world's headed. I mean, I don't really have a place in mind, Rachel. Potentially Sacramento, potentially LA or something. Again, I think we're getting way ahead of ourselves, right? I'm not thinking about moving even. The only reason it comes into my mind at all is for like long-term financial reasons. And Right, we already have a fully paid for house. It is true that we live in a pretty expensive place to live. Like, this house is fairly pricey to live in, and the propane's not cheap, and the electric bills are not cheap, and etc. And those things might be cheaper. And okay, Rachel. I mean, again, it wasn't me who brought up this idea of moving at all. It was you. Right, we could sell it, get a cheaper house, pocket the equity, or in theory, sell it and rent someplace, and that would extend our long term viability a lot further. But I'm not sure why Rachel's so interested in talking about this today because it's not something that's in the works or in the cards at all, exactly. No, we're not going off grid. We need internet and stuff like that, you know? I would also agree with you that if we were going to move, I'd, well, I mean, it's realistic for the foreseeable future. We just gotta talk about these things, you know. At the appropriate time and so forth. Oh yeah, well, I did come up. I did say something like, "Yeah, I'm not sure what our long-term plans are." So in that regard, I guess I contributed to it a bit. But yeah, if you think about it, we've never lived such a we've never lived so far in the future before, you know? Neither of us. We never were privileged to be worried about 5 years from now. Prior things are different now, and Eric, what's important to you? Yeah, Rachel, Delilah, Cameron. I'm not FI-polar in the sense that I'm unable to learn from things. Finally getting back to gaming, nice to have a relaxing hobby. Well, it's good to hear. I get it. You don't want to go to LA. No, I still haven't gotten it figured out. It was a frustrating day of back and forth emotions. Is at first we thought that we'd gotten the tags for the car in the mail. Then we realized that Delilah thought she had registered it, but there was some extra fee that she had to pay for not registering it last year or something, that like some kind of penalty or whatever, and she didn't pay that, and so it's sort of registered. It's like it says on it that it's registered through June 2026, but there's no tags. So I thought, well, now we're gonna have to wait till next week for Delilah to deal with it. Then Delilah, I called Delilah. She's like, called the DMV. They're going to call me back at 4:15 or something. And so we didn't go to the DMV in time, and she was unable to deal with it over the phone. We're going to try to go in on Monday and deal with it. It's been like one of the worst things of my life. This car, this endless problem with the car, has been absolute torture. And the other thing, Rachel, is seems kind of unlikely with your brother already there, but are you listening to this at all? No?
I just got to the part where you said this endless thing with the car.
Well, I was just going to say that it seems unlikely with your brother already over there, but it's conceivable we might have to, say, move to New York to take care of your dad or something.
But then, there's also the real consideration of, well, what if Delilah has to take care of you?
Right, but that's going to presumably happen after we have to deal with your car.
Yeah, yes. And in that case, if that was written in our future, right? That we go back to New York to take care of my dad, and we move back to LA when you need to be taken care of, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, well, I'm not planning on.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm just saying that, like, in the story of our life, that would be fair for me. Like, that would.
If you die, a grave marker showed up. Gelt's loaded. He drinks cider while eating guacamole and corn chips on his Steam Deck. Well, congratulations about having a Steam Deck.
What's Steam Deck?
I think he's referring to
Steam?
the video game platform.
Yeah. Apparently, scammers ask for like Steam gift cards.
Really?
Yes, that's one of the tells. So everyone knows, if you're talking to someone and all of a sudden they want you to send them gift cards,
That means they're scammers.
yeah.
Eric has another 50 years in him. Just don't get older, problem solved. Well, I mean, that's kind of how I feel about it, too. Like, I'm ready to stop aging at this point.
Maybe you will, though.
Maybe.
I mean, you really
Maybe I'll
haven't...
pull a Benjamin Button and just turn right around and start heading the other direction.
You could! But then I have to take care of a baby?
Well, I mean, it'd be a long time before I get back to being a baby.
But then I'm old, too! Oh my goodness!
Well, we meet at the same age in about 7 to 10 years. The AI scammers who call you granny are creepy.
I never heard of the AI scammers. I only watched this like commentary on this YouTube channel called Catfished, and there's like a lot of people who like they think that like a celebrity, and I'm talking from experience. Like I've been scammed before, totally. I was definitely like not mentally healthy, but yeah, like people will be like, they'll get a DM on Facebook relationships, which I didn't even know was a thing, and they'll be like, oh yeah, George Clooney, we're talking, and the first, another tell is if they call you my queen.
My queen.
Yeah. That's how you can tell it's a scammer.
Keep that in mind.
Yeah. If they ask for money and they're already a famous person, like what is this, like, why is this person asking for your money?
Yeah. Okay.
And Nigeria is the most often the place where the scammers are coming from. Lagos, Nigeria. We really know the way to scam.
Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
I guess you really are royalty.
My queen.
Okay. I did clean my bong out today, but still needed to clean this bit out a little bit. So, all in all, really not a terrible day.
No.
You know, I thought it was very good for our souls to go out to the woods there with
Yeah.
Jared and look at the sky for a bit.
It was. Thank you for the suggestion.
Yeah. I used to call my vape Houdini because it keeps disappearing. I look just like your toddler, huh, Sankey? Okay? Your toddler is very strange looking. Your toddler looks very old. I know I got this Nevada versus UNLV game going on in the background here, just to have some kind of sport in the background. How long are you gonna keep streaming tonight? I want to run out of the store and grab some cider, but I don't want to miss the rest of the stream. I really don't know, Gil. I don't know. It's 8:31. I wouldn't imagine I end up streaming a lot later than 10. It could be Sasquatch. You know, Sasquatch is the species name. The individuals have different names. Maybe Tenkyoke is a traditional Sasquatch name. Pull some cards to see how long I can stay. I already did a pick a card reading earlier today. Basically told me you still have more car garbage to deal with. Might as well go now. Yeah, I think he used to just be Gyalt, but then when they did that name change thing, it went to Psychic Gyalt. I think he may have lost his psychicness at some point in the last year or so. Hard cider, huh? It's like apple juice with alcohol in it. Dickens brand cider, huh? Garbage. Yeah, it was different for a long time. It was just Gyalt, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, E3 Zombie. I love it too. It's a real hard worker. He could change his name to that.
Stay there, Trouble.
Yeah, don't bother her. Listen, Dickens cider is not an acceptable name for a cider, obviously. Anyway, it should be Dixon. Dicksen. The S should be before the E. Yes, Grand Canyon beat Boise State. I watched that game prior to this one. The end of it, anyway. Roman caught me with one of those things. Y'all, yeah, get Fly Guy some ketchup and liquor. He's making the Fly Guy patented Bloody Mary. It's like a regular Bloody Mary, except instead of tomato juice, he just uses ketchup. That would probably be fine. Do I get amazed at nature, or do I see everything scientifically? I don't think I see things scientifically. I also don't think I get particularly amazed at nature. And the reason is, I guess it's so much part of a sensory world that it's not necessarily the subject of my attention. Like, I may be dealing with the world abstractly a lot, but that's not the same thing as saying I'm dealing with it scientifically. I tend to wait till night to get cider. Well, it's night.
I hope that Capio's found her place in life.
Yeah, I hope she stays there.
Yeah, it's a nice spot for
It's a
her.
good place.
Mm-hmm.
We've been putting her over here on this chair because I don't really like it when she sits right here. She's like in my way too much.
Yeah, and then she was sitting behind your head, and that messes up the chair too.
Yeah. What are the chances that you might have 2 instances of ketchup in one day? 0% chance that that would randomly happen. Ergo magic. Welcome to the wonderful world of magic. You need some for your fish and chips? You probably just needed it for your chips, not for your fish. Steve Alford is still a coach in the NCAA. He was a player in 1987.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's been playing for as long as my sister's been born.
Well, I remember him from back in the day as a player. Yeah, Indiana. And he's still a coach. That was back in the day when Bob Knight was still coaching the team. He was a real hothead, that Bob Knight. You switch between ketchup and tartar sauce every bite. It keeps it fresh. Wow. That's what Bretsky would call the alternator. You ever closely looked at tartar sauce? Not really. I'm not inclined to eat fish and chips that much. When I do, but I'm much more likely to use vinegar, malt vinegar. In case you were wondering, in the wonderful world of magic, we have elves. We call them Keeblers, and they stink. They do. They're also the source of almost all of our forest fires. Sasquatch being responsible for the remainder. Because, Sasquatch, they have sort of mastered fire, but they're not very strong fire users. No, what did Mitch Hedberg say about tartar sauce? So I guess the University of Nevada is in Reno. I'll get type 2 soon. I just have an ESTJ wife that keeps my life on her agenda, so funds are already accounted for. I have so much tartar I don't have to dip my fish sticks in shit. That's a different kind of tartar. Same question to Noog. It's just vegetable oil and mayo and capers and pickles and lemon and salt and stuff. That doesn't sound so bad. Oh, I see. The question is, would you publish? New Groove says, yeah, man, faux show. And then burb. All right, you burb. Noog. I like your nickname for New Groove. It's like you take the double O's from after the G and you put them between the N and the G. Smart move there. I like that. If I was the publisher, it would be under a different name. People got to keep them guessing. Well, if you happen to catch any of today's typing session, that guy asked me to blur out his name, and I did. You won't be able to set the name you appear under in Google Meet. Doesn't seem like. Make sure the different name is in Don Kainos. Are you suggesting that Gyalt is Don Kainos? So I guess that Lindsey Vaughn fell down today when she was
Oh, really?
riding her skis on the snow.
Wait, it started already?
No, this is prior to the Olympics though. She kind of hurt herself a bit, and so it's like, will she be ready for the Olympics? Will she be healthy in time?
Damn.
We could tell by all of his beat making equipment, programming references, empty cider cans, and other decadent tidings. Decadent tidings is a good term. I like it. Makes me want to say fa la 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 la. Well, his name was Joe, but that wasn't his full name. He couldn't get the display to show anything but his full name. So I told him I would pixelate his name. I could have put it under a made-up name, I suppose. But Joe seems common enough that if his name was something like Ezekiel or Hiram. You don't hear too many people named Hiram anymore. Yeah, Hank Williams' first name was Hiram. Hiram Williams. And did you also know that, phyllomiasma Slightly redundant, but good. I like it. Decadent Tidings would be a good rock band name. So, I think Rachel and I are both getting a little cabin fever, stir crazy. It seems like you had mentioned earlier wanting to go do something fun.
Hmm.
Yeah. And I think that in general, I feel like I'm moving out of and past kind of a dark cloud of time that has really been carrying on since I first started to just solve the dental issues in October or whenever.
Hmm.
Things have been
Yeah.
a real,
October.
I've been a real struggle since then. So, well, that's what we did, T-Bag. We did bug the neighbor. I think he appreciated going out and about with us a bit too.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Yeah. So we did do that, T-Bag. Funny you mentioned rock bands, because I originally thought of Giels as a band name, realizing it wasn't gonna start a band, so I adopted his username. Hmm. Well, you're still very young. It's not too late to start a band. You're only 6 years old, right? You like the photo for the sun? No, thanks. I just took it when Rachel and Jared and I went out to look at the sunset earlier. So, decadent tidings to all. I feel like when I do finally get this whole car thing fixed, that I'll be kind of on the other side of that dark period of difficulty, which is a lot of TESE's difficulties, just failures in my part on both grounds, which is going to be very like punishing. You're going to experience that as very punishing, just horribleness. When your eighth slot and your sixth slot are giving you a lot of trouble. You're only trying to attain outcomes in those things for other reasons anyway, and when they fight back as hard as these things have fought back, it's freaking horrible. None of us is well equipped to stay in that kind of space, headspace. You just got sapped of energy and morale the past few days. Well, I'm glad you saved kitties. Well being. Yeah, I assume that he purposely didn't capitalize it. Oh. Anyways, I don't really feel like I'm fully on the other side of that yet, but I do feel like when I get the car stuff done, I will be. I gotta pay the property taxes as well. Your name is also Cloud. I don't think so. I remember cloud well. You and he are quite different. Your cat's name is Cloud. Well, does he act like a cloud? Is he a busta? Does he have a sword? All interesting questions. It's hard for me to do more than one thing at a time, you know? I feel really hamstrung by this ongoing car problem. It's kind of feels like it's occupying the psychic space that would otherwise perhaps be directed toward attending to other things. He's technically your eldest brother's cat's mother's sister's daughter.
I know you.
I love you too, darling.
Thank you.
He's gray like a cloud, huh? Well, I think I probably got about 10 more minutes of streaming in me. I was planning to wrap this up about 9 o'clock. I'm actually feeling a little bit tired. This cat's gray too. Gray and white. Also like a cloud. But he doesn't have the personality of a cloud. You only do one thing at a time too. You never mix drugs, just one at a time. Learn the hard way. I do mix certain drugs that mix well together. But I find smoking and fishing at the same time difficult to coordinate. Yeah. I mean, you gotta light the cigarette at the right time. Kind of time you're reeling in with a cigarette. Like, I'm gonna let this one sit out there for a while. Then you light a cigarette. I wonder how high fluid and verbal reasonings and low working memory would map to one functions, if at all. Well, it would be. I don't know about working memory. It's a good way to pee on the floor. The only task I ever try to accomplish while peeing is smoking if I'm peeing outside. And even that's hard. Brush your teeth and pee. I might pee in the shower while like soaping myself. Well, that's something you should put on your tombstone, I think, Fly Guy. A true multitasker. You just put that there. I pace between the bathroom and kitchen when I do your teeth. Just try peeing and sleeping. Yeah, that's a tricky one. That does look pretty darn good. That sandwich they're making on TV. Doing teeth. I did deodorant today for the first time in a while. Yeah, well, I'm getting teeth. I'm looking forward to that eventually happening. Well, let's hope you didn't. I hate having to get up to pee in the middle of the night. But I do, like every night. Wood fired. All these food commercials all the time on TV. They make you want to eat more food even though you just ate. Well, this game isn't any good. Put on some other game, I guess. See what else is on. The Detroit Pistons versus the Golden State Warriors. I could put on from yesterday. This hockey game. I don't know how it turned out. Which subject of study best fits each strong function or type? And it doesn't work like that. Like, TE DOMs are going to be good at a variety of things. Much more so than FI DOMs or FE DOMs or, you know. There's no balanced spread like you want here. I mean, it is the case that like you'll probably find that TI types are more naturally attuned to things like geometry, whereas TE types are more naturally attuned to things like chemistry. But um, but it's also the case that it seems like TESI is probably ideally suited for chemistry, maybe. Seems like there's a lot of stuff to remember. Although you could look it up, I guess, you know, but well, the San Jose Sharks are up. No, I mean, it's not the case that you're going to get any benefits from FI in philosophy. An FI down might, in theory, be good at it, but it would be by excising their dominant function, not utilizing it. Well, that's one of those things you can't really avoid in life, I don't think.
Trouble.
Trouble. I mean, I don't know if it's art either. It's like, it's the stuff in life that really matters, but isn't useful to anybody, right? Putting yourself in other people's shoes might be useful as a therapist or something, but I'm not even sure about that because it's the ultimate subjective function. Anyway, I guess I am going to Splitowski, and I don't know. Rachel and I had a little trouble finding something to watch together last night, but maybe we could figure it out tonight. I don't know. All right. Goodbye, everybody. I love you. Like I said, I try to put myself in other people's shoes, but they always ask me to leave the party after. Watch each other be naked. I'm not sure how much that's in the cards tonight, but thank you all for being here. We love you, and have a great evening.